So today we are going to be going to the most thrift stores we have ever gone to in one video. I hope you guys are excited because I know I am, and I can't wait to get into it. But welcome home, Red Pack. Marcus here, and welcome to Comfort Cartoons, the show where I collect absolutely everything from the late 90s to the 2000s, all the way to the modern day. And I hope you beautiful people are having an amazing day. And if you guys aren't, you know the drill. Nickelodeon DVD camera flip.
Nickelodeon designed this DVD with Nick-Skip technology. Your program will instantly play without delay.
And today we are going to be doing an insane hunt. We are going to be going to 4 or 5 different thrift stores, but not just going into them, looking through everything, but we're going to be hunting for one thing in particular. Our goal today is to come home with as many Nickelodeon DVDs as we possibly can. You guys know I've been on a huge physical media kick, looking for all my childhood favorite Disney movies, but at the same time, I still want to make sure I'm getting every Nickelodeon DVD that I don't already have. But I wanted to challenge myself by trying to get every single Nickelodeon DVD that I could possibly find and bring it back here and see how many we can find on one big hunt. Huge shout out to an amazing member of the Ret Pack named Limestone Picker, who actually has a series like this on his show where he goes out there and looks for every Adam Sandler DVD that he could possibly find, which I think is just such an obscure but epic thing. I love anybody who's passionate about anything. I thought that was such a fun idea. I wanted to kind of challenge myself to doing something similar. But of course, along the way, we'll be picking up anything nostalgic that fits the vibe. You already know we're looking for any animation or fun nostalgic collectibles to add as well. Without any further ado, let's hop into the car. Okay, so we're in the car right now. We're heading to a local thrift store. The local good thrift store, I should say. Right now, we are with Karina.
Yo, yo, yo.
And why is your straw like that?
Just love chewing on it.
So we were heading over to, like I said, a good local thrift store that actually has some really good stuff. The last time, Karina, you went thrifting with us, we went to, I think we were doing the Goodwill challenge, right? We went to a bunch of Goodwills, right?
That wasn't good.
They didn't have that much. Considering good is in their name, you would think there was some better results, but it wasn't so great. And I gotta say, I like your shirt, you know? Let's see the SpongeBob shirt, that is dope. Where did you get that shirt?
You.
Yeah, so I picked that shirt up at one of the thrift store videos.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Lightning McQueen was in the lane next to me. But I picked her up that shirt at the thrift store. So usually what I'll do is a lot of times when we do the thrifting videos, and I've been looking for clothes recently, either I'll keep them if there's something that's like really, like if it's something that's got the tag on it brand new, or if it's my size, I'll add it to my collection. But a lot of times I also just give the shirts away. I'll give them to, you know, Karina here, I'll give them to Parker, I'll give them to anybody whose size it actually fits. And there's a good example of that. That is a clean one. It's a little sweatshirt here. I saw her stretching it out again, so I felt like I had to show it again. There's some burgers on it too, some flying burgers. So we're gonna be heading over to the first locations. Again, we're looking for any Nickelodeon movies, and if it's SpongeBob, almost in any circle, unless the disc is like in pieces, we are gonna pick it up. We're gonna be picking up everything we can find. But of course, if we see anything else good along the way, we're gonna grab that too. We're not gonna leave anything behind. We don't leave a sponge behind. I'll update you guys when we get to the store. I'm excited to see whatever they have in store for us. Also, don't vlog and drive. I'm trying to record, stop the record button, but also not die. So, one second. We've looked through pretty thoroughly. There's not really a lot of the Nickelodeon ones, but we did find a little bit here. I'm gonna actually grab this for my collection. It's only $1.99. That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana. It's a collaboration with all 4 of these shows. I mean, she's actually on this show, so I don't know if she's here separately, but I guess she's like, hey, I'm in High School Musical, okay? So 3 shows all in one. Let's see if the disc is okay. I actually found this sealed. I wish I would have just kept it, but I didn't keep it. So let's see here. Oh yeah, that's freaking fresh. That's just for me, not for the challenge here. But for the challenge, I found Rugrats Mysteries and a sealed copy of Charlotte's Web. I want to say this is no, it's Paramount Entertainment, but it says Warner Brothers up here. I think it's supposed to be a Nickelodeon movie, I want to say, but I don't see the Nickelodeon logo on there anywhere. So I guess we are not going to count that one. Plus, it's really like blurry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost looks like a rip-off, but who the heck rips off Charlotte's Web? You know, like, oh, I got the bootleg of Charlotte's Web. That's like the most random bootleg. Okay, so we got that one for sure. You guys can see how tough it is sometimes to really find any of the Nickelodeon stuff, honestly. We do have this one, which is Easter with Max and Ruby. I'll take that, Nick Jr. Anything else? Down here in the Blu-rays, I did grab also Frozen because I don't have this one on Blu-ray. So I did get this. And we have That 70s Show. We have The Simpsons, 4th season. That's not necessarily anything we need, but some good ones. So for the first Thor, we only got 2 really, and one of them Nick Jr. That's like a half a point. And let's check out the disc and see if that's even a win. Maybe not that one, but let's see if it's even a win here. Okay, yeah, that one's like crispy. So we have the Rugrats Mysteries right here. So one already in the Nickelodeon DVD bank already, falling apart. But oh my gosh. That one's actually really clean. Usually the Nick Jr. ones, man, kids are using these things for air hockey or something. So they're really beat up, but we got 2 right there. Let's go check out the rest of the store and see if there's anything amazing. Again, we're going to a lot of thrifts, so we're not looking for everything like we usually would. Just looking for like the really good pickups. And I already have them holding some stuff at the front that is awesome. A Powerpuff Girls item still sealed in the package and a little bag of Nickelodeon stuff that we're gonna check out for sure too. We were looking for specifics today, but this is sick. This Adventure Time side carry bag. It's in pretty clean shape too. How much they want for it, that was the real question. Usually they put the price on the inside, I think. $7.99. I think that's gotta go with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's kind of sick.
Wow.
Okay, so we found a Cartoon Network item that's not really supposed to be what we're looking for today, but what do you do? Say no? You buy it, that's what you do. Okay, so usually where I always go for is the yellow stuff, and look at how cute this Pichu is.
So cute.
I'm gonna have to grab, he's got a couple little stains on him, but I'm hoping that'll come out. He's too adorable though, I have to grab him.
This is creepy.
This is creepy too. Nobody ever thought, I don't think any point where we're like, oh, you know what plushies need? Teeth, bones, you know, but Fugglers did. I was gonna bring this up because Mitchell's in Australia right now, and supposedly he's hoping to he's bringing me back the Michelangelo TMNT Fuggler for sure, but maybe he's also gonna be finding at least one of the SpongeBob ones, which would be so sick. Okay, so I did find in the plushies Ni Hao Kai Lan, so you don't find her plushies very often, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab her. She is $4, but not a terrible deal. Again, we have some
cute.
Yeah, very cute. We'll look around a little bit more. If we see anything to update you guys, we will, but we're going to a lot of stores today, so we're just trying to keep it moving at the same time. Okay, so you guys know I keep the bags as a mystery when we get back. I found some pretty good ones. I'm gonna hold those as a surprise, we can check them out. But I found a Monstar from the Space Jam original movie. This guy is mean. It looks so sick. I don't know who they actually used for this monster. I wanna think it might have been Charles Barkley, but this one is so sick. So we have 2 other bags too we're gonna check out when we get back to the cavern. Still looking around in the bags, but I had to share at least that one. I was so excited when I saw it. Some really nostalgic finds so far. So Karina actually spotted this book over here, the official Pokemon handbook, but this is from the Gotta Catch 'em All era. So it goes all to the 151. Is Mewtwo even in here? Okay, Mewtwo is the final one here, back when this was all of them. That is so sick. So we're gonna grab this for sure. Only 99 cents too. Instant cop. Oh my gosh, that is such a cheap price. I mean, they're kids ones, but I almost want to get them so we can just give them to people on Whatnot. I mean, some of them are LOL dolls, but besides those ones, it's okay. I don't know, for $1.99, I'm gonna grab at least 2 bags of them. That's an amazing deal. They have more down here too. So we kind of already went pretty deep into our budget, so we're gonna really have to be very specific on the rest of the stores and also be just looking for the DVDs. So we're going to the next location. We're already on the road to make it there. We got our drinks of choice already. You're just barely like, look at how much you've drank so far. Like almost, look at how much I've drank so far. That is honestly not healthy. Maybe, I don't know. I just enjoy it. I live how I live. But we both have our energy drinks. Let's go to the next location. Okay, so we're at the next location here. Let's see what we can find. I already see a lot of Nickelodeon, buddy. It's all Paw Patrol. Come on, bro. Let's not do this today. All right, let's see though. Do you see anything on there? There's a lot of like Wii games, but I was hoping to see something we could add here, but it doesn't look like any. There's so many movies, but how can there not be any that are Nicks? Come on. I'm having to dig deep here. Nacho Libre is technically a Nickelodeon movie. So I'm taking it. This is Ant Bully. This is made by the same studio that made Jimmy Neutron, DNA Studio, but it's not a Nickelodeon movie, so that's a no. Let's keep looking. Come on, we gotta dig deep. Spiderwick Chronicles. This is actually a sick cover. That is really dope. And again, a technical Nickelodeon movie. You know, we're having to get all the knowledge out of the brain to make this happen because there is not any easy ones here. We are getting such technical, like, barely movies. Charlotte's Web, the live action, Nickelodeon. We are like by the skin of our teeth doing this. I would get these, but Mitchell already gave me a couple copies before he left. He took a bunch of them on the plane with him to his trip. So I hope you're enjoying this, Mitchell. Over here in the toy section, I just spotted this right here. We have an Animaniacs 2023 Animaniacs Hallmark ornament. That is so friggin' sick for $1.99. Hopefully that's what's in there. We're gonna grab that. I also grabbed 2 other bags. Those are gonna be some more mystery bags for us to check back in the cavern. I know Karina wants to show you, but we gotta wait a little bit. All right, so we're gonna grab that one for sure though. And then Karina grabbed a bunch of stuff while I was still looking at the DVDs. I was trying to see if I could swing one more to happen. She grabbed this guy right here. She just grabbed him to see if I was interested. This is from Raya's Last Dragon. Probably not gonna get him, but very cute. We got Todoroki here and also olive oil. It's like a baby olive oil. I kind of do like this olive oil for some reason.
So funny.
How do you think you get this so slick? It's all that olive oil. You know, you can't have like dry hair and be named olive oil. You gotta have it slicked. Okay. We'll look through the bags a little bit more and let you guys know. I gotta put a couple items back, but shout out to her for actually finding some awesome stuff. She actually found 2 of the bags in there. We're gonna go ahead and put a couple items back though. More normal vein of nostalgia, but they also have the Book of Monsters here. And it looks like it's an animatronic. I don't know how it works exactly, but it needs batteries. So it's only $1.99. Does it have an on? It is on. So let's see here. Yeah, I might need some fresh batteries. So we'll check it out when we get to the cavern. For $1.99 though, that's kind of sweet. So they have a new Dragonite Squishmallow, right? Tell me that this doesn't look like that's gonna be Dragonite. That looks like, I was like, how is this here already? Like, what do they do? Buy it and then just donate it immediately? That looks just like it's gonna be Dragonite. That is not him though. We got a few cool items here. You have the Riddler here from the Batman series. I guess only 15 bucks. I'm not really familiar with this iteration of the Riddler, so I'm not gonna pick it up, but I know somebody out there is like, grab it. And then they also have the Haunted Mansion board game here. $8. I've never played it before, but honestly, I just like the art on the box itself. They have the giant version of the figure for $4. The prices are killing me to where I feel like I have to get it. That's such a good deal. I'm like, it just forced me to get to this point. I'm gonna grab them. I mean, there's like a little bit here, but I think that came right off. For $4, how can you leave this big old
That's
fish?
awesome.
All right, let's keep looking around, guys, but I think we're gonna head out of here in a little bit because we kind of checked everything out and we got some more places to go. We did get a couple DVDs, 3, but I mean, hey, we got a lot of awesome stuff, and whether I keep it in the collection or it's something we bring over to our Whatnot streams, I'm not gonna leave something cool behind. So we got this stuff, let's load it up and go to the next store. So we're here. So we're here. We made it to the location, beautiful California. We got the palm trees, that beautiful, beautiful sunny California weather. Let's head on in. We're looking at the DVDs, and Karina apparently thinks that I am the love guru. That's my character. That's me right there.
You look just like him.
All right, so we looked through all of the DVDs here. We found a few. This was actually definitely the location where we found the most. Let's take a look here. We got Blue's Clues, carrying with Blue. This is from the Blue's Clues and You. We have the Nautical Nonsense with SpongeBob, and then Karina spotted this one. I don't even have this one in the collection. I did not think, being that I have all the US releases, that I was gonna find this today. Something new. We have SpongeBob SquarePants typing. Master SpongeBob typing from A to Z. That is so freaking
Wait,
sick.
what is it? It's a PC, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's a game to teach you how to type.
Oh.
Like, it's a typing game.
Sick.
Yeah, and my goal was to find one SpongeBob movie today. It's not in the best condition. I don't even know if the disc is in there, and it was not.
Oh, no.
I could feel the lightness of it. But hey, we did achieve it. We found one. I'm not gonna get it, but we got that. We have Lost in Time, and then I grabbed this one because it was just random. A sealed copy of Johnny Test, Super Smarty Pants, and boom.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, we gotta find something besides just SpongeBob, because you know SpongeBob is something you're gonna find for sure, at least one or two of. But to be able to find a Fairly Odd Parents disc, that's a little bit less common. So I grabbed this, and of course you got your Paw Patrols, you know, in bulk here everywhere.
Your
you know.
favorite.
Yeah, my favorite. You know, Mitchell's thing is Minions. Mine's Paw Patrol. We gotta give you a trope. Let's see. We'll find you something. All right, don't you worry about that.
No.
Got SpongeBob Operation. I think this is the earlier one, but again, this thing is always missing the pieces. So I'm gonna go. We can take a look, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be missing stuff. I mean, it has the board, which is, that's a good start. There's a lot of cards, but I don't even see any of like the inside pieces. I think there's like a little drawer, but that's the drawer right there. So, all right, it's worth to check them out. But most of the time, Operation is like one of the hardest games to like find completely intact because those little pieces get lost so fast. That and Mousetrap. I don't think anybody's ever actually played Mousetrap.
I did.
You didn't you just set it up and then you let the Mousetrap happen and that was it, right?
Oh, I've played.
You played the game? Okay, wow. So Karina and no one else has actually played Mousetrap. And most people just set the trap up, watch that happen. Okay, I'm good with that for the rest of ever. But you have two versions of Mousetrap there. So we found this Chucky too. It almost looks like a Chucky like Squishmallow kind of, but it's by Fiesta. So really cute. This is 1972. I think it's the brand though. This is the modern Chucky. He's adorable, but for $3.49, can't leave him behind. So we're gonna grab him too.
Yes, something here. Is it okay?
It's not okay, but I think I can clean it. But as terms of is it okay? No. We don't know what that is. Big gumball machine. It's one of the ones where the ball goes down and it like rolls all the way around too. It's really sick. If it was like $50, that'd be in the cart right now. But 150, I don't know about that. I love it though. That is so sweet. Oh, it's just scraped up, and like I just think it's probably not worth the 150. You guys let me know if I'm making a mistake leaving it behind if you would have picked it up. But I'm
Are you
leave.
gonna eat the gum?
That's mostly why I would want it. Stale gum is the best gum, it can last the longest because the expiration date's already passed, I think you got the find of the day there for me. Like, that's a good one.
Oh, thank you.
That's really sweet. All right, like I said, we're going to the next location. Let you guys know when we get there. Okay, so we looked through everything here. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of Nick Jr., but mostly that. So you see the Nax and Ruby. We got a few other ones going on here, but nothing crazy. We did see the Rugrats in Paris movie, and I also found the TMNT Rise of the Turtles. So let me go take a look here. Ooh, that is rough.
No.
All right, so that's a no-go, but that's the only two I could see. You'd think with all these movies we found more, but unfortunately, no. That one's a little better, not terrible. We might grab that one. Let's look around a little bit more, but I think that might be the only options we got here at this location. How many versions of Cinderella even is there, like, at this point? But this is like a wild. What are those, dogs or deer? I'm so. It looks interesting for sure. Okay, so I did get this one. I didn't want to get the Rugrats ones. I know I was supposed to grab I know I was supposed to grab every single one, but at the same time, some of them were so beat up. Like even at other thrift, they were so beat up that I didn't really see the point in like wasting the money or the time grabbing them. If they're fixable, you know, like playable, I'll still grab it. Like this one's playable, so I grabbed it because it is part of the challenge. Even though I might have this one, but if I have it and there's no saving it, then I'm just gonna leave it, even if it is for the challenge a little bit. And so we have one more location we're gonna go to, and that's the Savers typically go to, and then we're heading back to the cavern. So one more trip, let's do it. Honestly, Savers saved us in the last one, so I mean, hopefully this Saver also saves us. Okay, so we did achieve our goal of finding one SpongeBob movie, which actually, I don't think mine has this stuff in it. I don't know if I've even seen one with this particular insert in there. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but we got this guy right here, and is the disc okay? Not terrible, definitely doable. So we're gonna go with this one. So we achieved the goal of getting at least one of the SpongeBob movie to add to our movie collection. And then we also found this, Naughty Nautical Neighbors, but this one I already have seen here the last time we came. It is just, you can't see it on camera, but it is just absolutely terrible. So we're not gonna get this one, but I do need these like individual single like episode discs. These came with plushies, so I'm still on the lookout for them, but I just don't come by them too often. And when it comes to the Disney Blu-ray movies, they have Zootopia. They have a few that I don't have here, but the boxes are pretty beat up. But this one I have to watch fairly soon here because I'm watching them chronologically. So I think I'm gonna pick this one. This is the Blu-ray for 101 Dalmatians. So let's go ahead and grab this one. The case is okay, but it comes with the Blu-ray and the digital copy, or the digital and the physical regular DVD. They also have this one too as well, which I didn't even know this movie had a Blu-ray, but I already have this one as well. This is the next live action movie after the ones that we grew up with, I think. They have a couple other ones, but this is just one of the many. So we checked out this store as well too, and there's really not that much. Like there's like a couple little things. Like I saw this. Where is he at? Maybe I don't. Oh, there he fell. That's why. I found this random like Shaggy figure, which is kind of like, I'm kind of confused on what it's from. He's got like a net or some kind. He is kind of cute, but other than that, I didn't see anything crazy. We are getting here a little later in the day, so that could be part of it too. We're gonna look around a little bit more, but other than that, we're probably gonna head out. We got the DVDs we needed. We got to add a SpongeBob movie and a new Disney one to the collection. That's a win for me. So let's go ahead and head on out of here, and we'll check out everything we picked up, some of the surprise items, and take a look and see if overall our haul was worth it. So we are back in the cavern, and man, what a haul that was. You know it's a big haul when you have a whole bin to put everything in, and it's still not enough to hold everything that you got. So what we're gonna do here is, to be honest, I can't even remember what stores we got what at some point because we just did so many. I'm just gonna start with the bags. You guys know those are our mystery items. We'll check all those out, and then we'll just go through it item by item. A little bit mismatched with what store we got it from, but most of them still have their prices on there, or I remember it, and we'll also be comparing those to what their going rates are to see whether it was worth it or not worth it. So starting off with our bags here, I mean, we got a lot of bags. I mean, I'd say besides DVDs, bags are one of our biggest categories. So we always start with the bags. After this, let's just do the bags and I'll figure it out from there. So you have one bag, two bags, 3, 12 bags in total. This was definitely one of the most bags we've ever gotten, but it was also the most thrift stores we've ever been to. So let's go ahead and get into it. I cannot wait to see what we found in total. So the first bag I want to start off with, I have to, you guys know my sponge debilitating addiction. This sounds really sad, but yeah. This non-licensed looking Patrick. He is licensed. He is from, I'm trying to see what year it's from. This is from 2004, and I've never seen this tag before in my whole life. You can see it says Dream World Australia. I have trouble believing that that's like a place in Australia. Maybe it's just a company that's in Australia that still distributes to America, but I paid $3.49 for this. Let's go ahead and take a look here, and man, he is minty fresh too. It has the tag on it. It still has all of the trademarking on there and everything like that, and I know that's not like 100% confirmation that it's real, but again, I've seen a lot of Mexico and China knockoff SpongeBobs in my day, and most of the time knockoffs are a little lazy and they don't go out of the way to put a tag like that because most people they're selling it to know that it's fake. They just want a Patrick plush, which I get. So I'm gonna look up what Dream World is exactly and we're gonna find out, but this is so hyped to find. A 2004 new Patrick for $3.49. You just don't see it these days. So Dream World really is an amusement park in Australia. So in 2011 they had a contract that got ended with Nickelodeon. So I would assume that means in Australia at some point they must have had Nickelodeon related like rides there, including like the SpongeBob Flyer. What in the world? Mitchell's in Australia right now. I'm gonna tell him to go. Well, if they discontinued in 2011, maybe they don't have that anymore, but maybe they still have something. But what are the odds Mitchell's in Australia right now and we find a plushie that is only in Australia? Like, that's so weird. I don't know the value on this because it's like, what the heck? But this is like an item that like, realistically, I would probably never get in my collection without going to Australia or having somebody send this over from Australia. Plus, it's from 2004 on top of it, making it even harder to acquire. Already worth it on screen. Yeah, like, I mean, I can't even find it online. So, I mean, I'm sure there's other people that have them, but mostly probably Australian people. But I might be one of the few people in the US that has this 2004 Patrick. That's amazing. Let's just go ahead and give it 15 bucks. I mean, $15 overall value. Way better than $3.40, $3.50 for sure. All right, our next bag here, I found this one. You guys saw me grab it. It has an Animaniac ornament from Hallmark here. I grabbed it for that. There's some other stuff in here too we'll check out, but mostly I'm just hoping that that ornament's actually in there. It is a modern one. It says 2023 on there, so it's not a super old ornament, but nonetheless, it's the Animaniacs ornament for $1.99. It's got theming to it that you don't even really have to put it up around Christmas time, and you can put this up any time of year in your collection, just hanging up somewhere, and it still works. And we have a paddle ball game. Just in case you thought this was some kind of gardening tool, this is a paddle ball game. I feel like I remember this always just getting wrapped around itself. Just do the thing! Okay, come on, we got this, come on. Is it like this? I remember Mac does it like this. Let's see here. There we go! You saw it, Ryan, play it back. There we go! So next up we have a deck of Crash Bandicoot cards from McDonald's. This Nerf Frisbee. Another Crash Bandicoot little tin here of like something, cards maybe. And then this Harley Quinn hairband here. Definitely sweet, but that's not what we got this for. The paddle ball may have been part of it. But let's check out the ornaments. Okay, so it's got paper in here. Yes, it is in there and it is in great shape. So there we go. We have the Animaniacs ornament. That thing is, honestly, I didn't expect it to look that good. Like the 3D aspect to it looks amazing. And for $1.99, I feel like that. I mean, obviously, probably the paddle ball and all that stuff's not gonna be worth anything, but the ornament I think is gonna end up being definitely worth it. So the ornament itself is about 10 bucks. Oh my gosh, just put it back on the paper. It's about 10 bucks. I don't think I'm gonna use it for Christmas. I mean, we do have the Nickmas tree where we decorate the tree in here every year with the Nickelodeon ornaments, but this one, if anything, I might just hang it up in the Cartoon Network room. It is Warner Brothers, even though Cartoon Network, I mean, Animaniacs, I don't feel like it was on Cartoon Network much. I mean, it was definitely on Boomerang, I feel like, and definitely on WB is where I remember it the most, but I think it still deserves a place there in the Cartoon Network / Warner Brothers area. Worth it on screen. All right, next item here. We got this big bag here, and this was $2.99. So we got a bunch of stuff in here. I mean, it's really a variety. I got it, I'm not gonna lie, I grabbed it for this. Oh my gosh, he is really beat up. I grabbed it for this Tasmanian Devil Funko Pop from Space Jam. I know in the box, he's definitely pretty pricey, and I do have this one in the box already, but I thought it was pretty cool just for the display aspect of it. But then I looked in the back here, he's really scraped up, and he's missing his tail, so not really probably worth it for him alone. Maybe we'll find something else in here though that ends up making him a little bit more worth it. This one is from a brand called Pop Life, and it's this terrified taco. I don't know what this is from. It's like, it almost reminds me of like if Taco Bell had the branding of like Wiener Schnitzel back in the early 2000s. They had that hot dog that was just running for his life every single day. We have a Groot figure here. We have Sonic with a Sonic hot dog, but he has no legs. The kind of gets rid of your whole thing, Sonic. Another Sonic figure from the McDonald's line. I think this is Astro from Guardians of the Galaxy. This Ursula figure. All these are like McDonald's toys. We got the Ursula there, another one of these Sonics. This little game controller is in an Xbox, a PlayStation, really doesn't matter. It's terrible. So I mean, I'm gonna check this stuff out, but that may have not been worth it just because I didn't realize this Taz was as beat up as he is. You really got to look at these things a little bit closer in person when you're like there, but you know, I was in the rush of just, you know, going from store to store. I didn't really pay attention to it. Let's take a look. Okay, so nothing in this bag was really worth it. That was a big miss. I was hoping on that Taz, but you gotta lose some to even the odds, you know, but as long as the wins are bigger than the losses, that's what matters. So we lost out on that one. That one was $3. Pretty much all of that. I mean, you might be able to display some of these figures, but they're not really worth their value, what we paid for them. All right, let's do the other Funko Pop one that I grabbed then. So let's see if that one ends up being worth it. So this one was also $2.99, and I grabbed it because I wanted this. You guys know Alakazam. Any of the Psychic Ghost Pokemon are my favorite, but this Alakazam is freaking mean. Just dope. So there's the backside, definitely not scraped up as much as that Taz. He's not perfect, but you know who is? Not me, not you, maybe you. Looks friggin' clean. So I have this one in the box, but I love getting the pops out of the box when I can find them because it just looks sick on display. But I also got a few other things in here. I mean, of course, you always get in these bags a lot of McDonald's toys. You got Mario there, whoever that is. Hunter. But we also got this little Olaf here, but his hula is not looking so good. But Alakazam, I think alone is gonna be worth it. I don't know how his hula skirt got so damaged, but you know, maybe it'll make sense when he's older. So Alakazam, yes, goes for about $8 to $9 out of the box, so definitely worth it. And I mean, just a sick figure altogether. And we also grabbed this one. So this is actually under the line Hipster Nerd Ariel. So you got the little thick black rim glasses. Such a random like pop to make, because you know nowadays they do a lot of just like alternate costumes and stuff like that. Not just usually like these more Funko rendition versions of them. I guess they just had the mold for Ariel maybe, and they were like, okay, let's just bring her eyes down a little and add glasses and boom. But Luce, she went for about 15 bucks, so another win there. But also just an awesome pop to find in the wild. This is definitely one of the older Funkos. I haven't seen one of these in a while. I'm glad we were able to find it. And also, Little Mermaid is like, I don't know, let me know in the comments down below what was your guys' favorite Disney princess movie. Girl or guy, you know you watched those, whether you wanted to or not. So next we also got this Monstar here, and I wanted to find out who played this monster here. It looks like he is missing his basketball though, because there is like a little peg on his hand there for the basketball. But either way, I mean, this thing just looks mean. Another item that I'm gonna have to add to the Warner Brothers room. I don't really necessarily want to get all of the Toon figures because I have so many Looney Tunes items in the room, but I kind of want to like look out for these Monstars. I would love to just have like the Monstars in like one little setup. Just sick. Okay, so this next one up here, this is a random one. It was this Ben 10 alien that I found. I feel like it had to have like, maybe you could take out the alien. Maybe I don't want to break it, but I feel like it's just a random to just have like this whole figure for one particular alien. But it could be, you know, just for this one. But something tells me you can probably remove the alien in there and change out who's on display. So in the container there, you've got Ultimate Swampfire, and I found out this is a flashlight. So this is the only alien. It's called a grab and go flashlight. So you just turn it on and it's a little lantern. You can actually walk around your house with at night. That makes it way cooler because now I know it's not missing a piece. I thought it was like, oh, you came with like maybe 10 aliens you could put in there, but knowing this is just how it is makes it significantly cooler. Wow, and pre-owned, one of these just sold for $25. So I mean, it's so awesome. I think like if you had one of these and you broke it or you lost it, you would like kind of want to replace it. Like I definitely would. This is amazing. I might even just like, there's a little damage on the sticker there in the front, but I love this item so much. I might even just like consider just getting another Ben 10 sticker I have and just like putting it over that one, because I am just keeping this. This is so cool. Got the little Omnitrix there on the inside. Worth it! Worth it! I don't know what our worth it counter is at, but it is doing pretty dang good here so far, I feel like. Next up here, I found this. So this is Kimmy from Rugrats. You don't see Kimmy stuff often. I'm gonna get her out of the bag. Maybe we can, you know, fix her hair and kind of get her situated a little bit better, because right now, she is looking rough. This is gonna take some work though, I think. Definitely.
One operation later.
Alright, so here it is. That's the best I could do. I mean, her hair kind of is like that though. It's just a little longer. It just doesn't really form factor very well. We're gonna put a picture right here of the real Kimmy versus this doll here. And let's see, does it look accurate? That's why you don't go abusing those baby Tylenol. You end up like her. It's rough. Most Rugrats merchandise doesn't look that good, especially the dolls and like the plushies. So I'm not surprised on that. So to me, it's still worth it just because it's a new item in the collection. I wish I was one of those like doll people that can like fix up their hair and make them look like brand new again. That's just not really a skill that I have acquired yet. But let's take a look. So for Kimmy, I mean, honestly, I think she was definitely kind of a find because any of the Kimmys that I see, they kind of look like this. So it doesn't make me feel as bad for her just being so messed up. She got that Bob's Burgers nose. They all look pretty messed up, and there's none that are going for less than $40. Everybody has them listed or has them kind of high, and every Kimmy plushie that's similar I've seen sell for like $20 or more. So I think she definitely was a find, and I only paid $1, or what was it? Yeah, I only paid $3 for it. $2.99 for her. I think definitely a worth it, even though kind of rough. Okay, then next up here, I think probably the best find for the bags. We have this whole bag, $7.99, what they asked for originally, but I got it for half off, so $3.50. And this is a whole bag of mini, like, you know, quarter machine figures. So let's check out all the characters in here. We have, I think these are homies. Does anybody remember homies? Were homies only something they sold in Southern California, or did everywhere have homies? I don't really know. Because here in Southern California, we had these characters. They were called homies. They were these little tiny like miniature figures of what we'd call cholos here in Southern California, or maybe other places. My cholo knowledge only goes so far. But being in Southern California, it's a very popular like lowrider slash that kind of culture is very popular. So I saw these all the time. I think one of my funniest memories of the homies ever is going to my grandma's house. On my mom's side, an over 70-year-old woman who she had a bunch of like miniature dolls and stuff in her like cabinet. And collecting is in my family, so she had a huge collection of dolls, like porcelain dolls, crochet dolls, stuff like that. And she had a china cabinet too with a bunch of china she collected, and in there she had all these little like miniature figures of like different dolls and stuff like that. And in one of them there was just a homie, like there was just a random homie in there. I think it was this guy with the blue shirt and the mustache, and he was in there. And I remember me talking about it, and then my mom mentioning it to her, like Mom, do you know what this is? And she's like, no, I just thought he kind of was cute. He fit in the cabinet. And we had to explain to her that he was what we called a homie. She had a homie in her china cabinet. She just left it there. I mean, more power to her. I thought it was hilarious that my grandma, who definitely had no clue what it was when she picked it up, had a homie in her china cabinet. So we have two homies here. I already showed you guys those on screen. And then we have Tweety that's kind of like on a little tree branch or something like that. But let's see the Nickelodeon ones here. So there's some interesting ones. I almost feel like maybe they went to a display or something, because we have this Arnold and he's like on a manhole. Very, you know, like urban lifestyle kind of thing, you know, which is very city-esque, you know, which is Arnold's kind of like a show that kind of takes place in an urban area and kind of like a walk of lifestyle show. But I feel like this would have went into something, but I just don't quite know what it would have been. But then we also have this Tommy on his classic ball there. It's adorable. See, this Tommy actually is kind of cute. And it actually balances pretty well because it's got a little hole in the bottom. It might be a pencil topper, honestly, which is even cooler. So I think this is a pencil topper. So we have this Donnie one, which is like him swinging around the pencil. I'm in love with these. Are these all pencil toppers? Most of them are. Not all of them, but most of them are. I'm going to do the pencil toppers first. So we have Donnie, who's supposed to be like wrapping around the pencil like it's a tree. Like, who has this nowadays, you know? Like, you can find like a Paw Patrol pencil topper. You can find JoJo Siwa, a little pencil bow, I'm sure. But you know what's a big flex to me? Having a Tommy Pickles on the top of your pencil. So not just that, oh, of course they had to do an Angry Beavers one too, where it's got Norbert here on a log on top of your pencil. Yes, yes, this is everything to me. And then what else do we got here? They had to do a SpongeBob one, of course. So this is SpongeBob, and he's kind of hugging the pencil like he's sliding down the pencil. Kind of like when they go down the ropes to the layer and they have their hands are burning. It kind of gives me that vibe. These are amazing. I would have loved these as a kid. I did not have these pencil toppers. So we have 5 Nickelodeon pencil toppers. I know I don't have these in the collection. So then some other mini ones here. We have a cat dog little minifigure from 2001. The color is definitely off, probably just oxidized over time. We have cat dog. We have another Tommy here who's also pretty cute. We have Gerald here kind of, you know, running, doing a little juke out with the ball there, the football. We have a Donnie, and then we have, of course, the classic SpongeBob, "Don't you eyeball me, boy," which is a reference to an actual product that exists. This is so sick. My favorite one, honestly, you'd think it'd be the SpongeBob one, but I think it's the Donnie and the Tommy. The Tommy one just fits so perfectly, and then the Donnie one is so unique. The SpongeBob one is sick too, though, because I could put this anywhere in here, just around any type of protrusion that exists. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna say worth it. We paid $3.50 for them. Even if some of them, the only one I could find was Tommy, who's listed for like $7, but I don't even care. These are worth it to me, hands down, just to add to the collection. But even if we go off of what they cost when they came out, which is like 50 cents to $1, you have 50 cents, $1, $5. It's still worth it, even if we go based off of their retail cost. It was worth it. So I think at least you could probably get like $5 for each one of these. But just off of the cost of their retail, it was worth it. So I'm gonna give it a big worth it on screen, a bigger worth it on screen. So next up here, this is the Spies from Spy vs. Spy. And I was trying to remember where it was aired on. So it wasn't a Cartoon Network show, but it was a part of the Mad show that was on Cartoon Network. So these are the Spies from Mad, and they kind of have their own little thing that they did, their own little series on there that would play during the regular show. So you can see it says Spy vs. Spy there on the bottom. So here is the man in black right here. And you can see he's got his hat on right there. You can kind of see his face. There you go. You can see that. You guys maybe remember this. Shout out to the like 5 people, like I said, that remember this show. But there you go. You have the man in black right there. And he also comes with this little machine gun, which is just dope. And it has a little trigger, like a button on the top. But I assume maybe the button doesn't work anymore, or like some feature of it doesn't work, because the button doesn't do anything now. So it just probably is just good for display at this point. Unless maybe I'm just missing something, which I'll look into it more later. And they definitely need to be cleaned up a little bit, both of them. Especially the man in white, you know? They don't tell you how much harder it is to be the guy dressed in all white and how expensive those dry cleaning bills can get. I don't think the buttons, like either the buttons don't do anything or the buttons don't work anymore, because the button on him doesn't seem to add any kind of like action to him at all. So here it is, the man in white here. He dropped his gun here, but it's okay. The man in white here as well. Like, I never thought we would be talking about this show on this show, just because it's like you never find anything for it. But there he's got a little briefcase there too, and he's got a bomb that also says Spy on it. Just kind of a unique thing to find in the wild, and hopefully they clean up pretty well too, because the one in white definitely has a lot more stuff to work off. But man, just cool figures. And we're gonna find out if it was worth it or not, because I did pay up for these guys. They were half off, but I still paid $20 for the whole pair. I paid $10 each. But in my mind, I was like, when am I ever going to just walk by Spy vs. Spy stuff again? Like, probably never. So like, I just had to grab them while they were there. Sometimes the time to buy is when you see it. So they sold together for $60, but that was with every piece, and I don't think they have everything. I think they have a majority of their pieces, but I think that, like, unless it's brief. Oh wait, actually the white one might have everything, because there's a bunch of other parts inside of his briefcase here. I would say probably for the whole lot, maybe like 30 or 40 bucks, but I think either way, it's just a cool piece, and I'm still glad that I picked them up. I just was hoping I didn't pay too much for them. And if you really want to, I think you can find them sealed in the box for $90, both of them. So that, if you're just wanting for your collection, that might be a better route to go. But for $10 each, even though I have to clean them a little bit, that's definitely worth it overall. All right, and then we only have one bag left here. We had a lot of bags, guys, but we don't have as many items as we did bags though, because we just found so many good things in them. We got for $1.99 this entire case of masks. And we have a lot of people on our Whatnot streams that have kids who they pick up stuff for their kids. And I mean, again, you know, we're past kind kind of the mask thing for the most part. Most people aren't wearing these anymore, but I figured they're $1.99, and we have a lot of collectors as well too, who could maybe just add this to your collection, you know, a little timepiece from this era, I guess, if you want to add it to your collection. Like, I'm keeping one for sure in my collection, but then the rest of these I'm going to be giving out to other SpongeBob collectors or people that have kids, and maybe if they go on a flight, you know, or maybe your kid's sick and they kind of want to avoid getting other people sick. If it works, I don't even know. This is not a debate of the mask thing. We're past that, hopefully. But whether it's for a collector or somebody who has kids, I just figure I grab them for that cheap, and I'll just be throwing them in people's packages for absolutely free. I do that all the time with the packages. I just throw stuff in that we have extra into people's packages, so that way it can go to somebody who can, you know, give it a home. All right, so let's count our Nickelodeon DVDs and see how many we actually got today. So we have 1, the SpongeBob movie, 2, 3, 4, 10, double digits. That's not terrible. That's essentially averages out to about 2 a store. I would have loved to have seen it higher than that, but 10 isn't terrible. And especially because a lot of these I got to add, I don't have in the collection, which I was just shocked about. To be honest, I was thinking when we did this episode, although we'd find some awesome stuff at the thrifts, I was gonna end up with a lot of double DVDs, which wasn't the case. There's a lot, but I think there's at least 4 or 5 here that I don't have already. So let's take a look here. We got Ninja Turtles, Rise of the Turtles, not the best condition box here ever. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. It doesn't matter how beaten and battered it is. It's all about their heart, okay? Unless the beating and damaging damage their heart. In that case, maybe judge it by its cover and call an ambulance. But besides that, we got 1 on the board there. I had to dig deep on some of these. Let's just do those ones first. We have Easter with Max and Ruby. I mean, that's not digging too deep. That's Nick Jr. I refuse while doing this challenge to grab any Paw Patrol, to grab any, what's that Monster Truck show? Shimmer Shine. I was only grabbing stuff from my childhood. No diss to those things at all, but I just felt like that would have been, I would have just had a stack this big of just Paw Patrol if I would have gone that route. So I was only looking for stuff from like the 2000s, 90s, and Max and Ruby was a show I did quite enjoy a lot growing up. I think I was honestly too old to even be watching the show at some point, but I mean, hey, I guess it's kind of the case with everything, right? But I even loved it even like when I was a teenager. I just thought the show was cute. It had a very chill vibe, so I grabbed that one. Digging deeper, we went to a live action movie. We got one of the greatest movies of all time. We have Nacho Libre, a hilarious movie. My family at one point in my life called me a Skeletor, right there, the guy in the middle. Next up, we got the Spiderwick Chronicles, but this is the like first release cover here, the 2-disc special edition with this awesome like wax stamp cover here that we for sure do not have in the collection. Like, we have the movie, but this is way cooler, and I love getting these like special edition covers here. And you can see right there on top, Nickelodeon Presents. So it is a Nickelodeon film. In addition to that, with weird Nickelodeon movies, we have Charlotte's Web. And yes, Nickelodeon did make Charlotte's Web, which I honestly cannot remember this movie at all. I kind of got to rewatch it because I know Dakota Fanning's in it, and there's like a really good Sarah McLachlan song in it, but I don't remember anything else about it. Honestly, whenever I think about memories, I just think about Barnyard for some reason, which like Barnyard is not connected to Charlotte's Web at all, but who knows, maybe they're in the same like universe. There's like a whole Alex Bale's theory video that needs to happen. Barnyard is connected to Charlotte's Web. Okay, so now we're not digging so deep anymore. We have some new stuff here. We have Model Sponge here, which is a V-Reader game, which is basically a book mixed with a game, kind of, from what I've been able to gather from the V-Readers. Has the cartridge in there. We have a couple of V-Reader cartridges here, but very few of them do we have the box. But honestly, I really hate the V-Readers boxes, because if you look at them, they have this like curve to them, which only gives them the ability to stack with other V-Reader games. If you stack them on anything else, the other DVDs are just kind of like pivoting back and forward. So I prefer to just kind of have the cartridges, but in this case, I'm glad that we found it. You know, I wish they just had a normal packaging, really is what I'm saying. And then this one, SpongeBob Typing. That is incredible. Karina spotted this one. I'm so glad she was with us because I did not see this. I looked over that section like twice and did not see this one because the cover just like, I don't even know how I missed it, but you can see it's a SpongeBob Typing, and she thought it was a DVD at first, but yeah, it's actually a game. It doesn't have any inserts or anything like that if it had any to begin with, but the disc is great on it too, so you can learn to type with SpongeBob SquarePants, which I mean, I can type pretty well, but I think everybody can get a little better at typing, so if I had a disc tray, I would consider playing this. And next up, we have Abracatastrophe. One of my favorite things, many of you guys may have heard me reference this before on the show, but you see the Crocker's outfit right there. He actually imagines himself if he has fairies at the beginning of the series and what he would look like if he had fairies, and like what kind of power he would have. And he has an outfit that's pretty much identical to the one that he has in this film, which is like several seasons later. Of course, when he gets the power of the magic muffin and then uses that to get Cosmo and Wanda. Just say seriously, like this movie probably had the scale and the story to be in theaters. Like I recently watched this movie again and it's really freaking good. Like I totally could have seen this being a theatrical release. I think Fairly Odd Parents has 10 movies. 10 movies. None of them made it to theaters, but Jimmy Neutron got a movie. He starred in the theaters. SpongeBob got a movie. Heck, even the Wild Thornberrys got a movie. And a friggin' collaborative movie with the Rugrats. But no Fairly Odd Parents movie? That should have happened. We have the Rugrats Mysteries here, which is a pretty common DVD to find. It's just a compilation of episodes from Rugrats. And of course, a new addition to the SpongeBob movie collection here. And you would think we would see this movie more often, but honestly, we don't. Like, we don't see the SpongeBob movie on the... I feel like most people just don't donate. It's a great movie. Like, I feel like we see maybe one or two every now and then, but it's not every day that we come across the SpongeBob movie, so it's kind of hard to add to that collection. So I'm glad that we picked this one up, an amazing addition, and a 10th disc to our Nickelodeon movies we got here. Okay, so then outside of that, you guys know I'm adding to my Disney movie collection. I'm trying to continue to grow and collect all of my favorite childhood Disney movies. And honestly, I can get a lot of the movies, like the common, like big box ones like this. If I don't have it, I'll pick it up anyway. But a lot of times I can find these online in like lots for like $1 a piece, basically. The only ones that are kind of worth it at the thrift store is the Blu-rays. You get them for about $4. And if you're looking for an independent, just like the movie by itself, usually you're gonna be paying like $8 to $9 on eBay or anywhere else you get it anyway. If you go on Amazon, it's gonna be like $20. So the only ones that are really worth it that much in the thrift store is usually the Blu-rays or some of the spin-off movies that you just don't really see very often in general, like Cinderella 3. So we got the 101 Dalmatians on Blu-ray. We got the Fox and the Hound 1 and 2, which this is a Disney Movie Club exclusive. And we also got Frozen here on Blu-ray as well too. All three incredible movies. And then this one I grabbed too because I don't think this is on Blu-ray and I don't really care, like I said. That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana.
I'm Cody and this is Zach. I'm Maddie. Hey Maddie. You're Hannah Montana. I'm Raven.
But this was one of the greatest like merge episodes of my childhood, so I'm glad to have this one here. It's only one episode, so it's hard to imagine that it's all on one DVD, but I'm trying to see what else it comes with. So it comes with a DVD game, which is So You Think You Know Raven, Volume 2 DVD game, which I don't think I know Raven. I don't think anybody does really. Rockin' Hannah Montana music video. Okay, and a bonus never before seen episode of The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Okay, so it comes with another episode of Zach and Cody as well too, to kind of give it a little bit more substance, because it is kind of hard to probably pitch DVD that has a singular episode on it, but nonetheless an awesome one. And all the DVDs here for this whole set here, I'm gonna say worth it. Of course, some of these movies, for our challenge here, all the Nickelodeon ones here were worth it. And for my challenge of being able to add all of these to my collection, I would say a draw for the Disney ones. Usually Disney movies overall they're so mass produced that they're pretty affordable. But for what I'm doing, they're perfect for me. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a draw on screen just to be fair, but definitely worth it in my mind. So next up here, we got the official Pokemon book here, the official Pokemon handbook. Pokemon Fever is catchy. It says in the back here, it says from 1999. And just getting to see this OG Pokedex is just incredible. And like the descriptions of them are so different from now, how they describe them, like Tentacruel. Tentacruel's nickname is the Gangster of the Sea. I never thought of him as the Gangster of the Sea. Lugia may be the King of the Sea, but my man is freaking John Gotti. He is freaking Al Capone of the sea. And the book goes for about $10, so paying 99 cents for it, not bad at all. And that's 99 cents of fun just to read through all the different Pokedex entries. Okay, so now for our items here, let's go ahead and take a look. So let's start off with this Buttercup here. Many people don't know Buttercup also goes by the name Rebelle here in French, as you can see. And I think this is so sick. So for Buttercup right here, you just don't find Powerpuff Girls stuff in the box very often. But this is from the reboot. So this would probably be from, I'm guessing, like maybe 2013, 2014. And it looks like they all actually come out from a bottle of Chemical X. So you can see you have the Bubbles and the Blossom right there. They come out of a pink and a blue Chemical X bottle. That is really freaking cool. So I would love to just get all of those bottles and just kind of have them like in the collection like that with the plushies inside of them. I'm gonna keep this one sealed, of course, but I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for these down the line. I did pay up for it though. I paid $8, so hopefully it's at least worth that. Okay, so Buttercup, I'm starting to realize I think Buttercup may just, a lot of you guys told me in the comments of a recent video that Buttercup is your favorite Powerpuff Girl as well. We went to Five Below looking for the new Powerpuff Girls bobbleheads, and all of them were there except for Buttercup. Buttercup was sold out. And the Bubbles and the Blossom for this figure are relatively cheap. Like, I might be able to add those for like less than maybe 30 bucks for both. But Buttercup, last one sold for $18 with $20 shipping, so like a $30, like a $20 to $30 figure. Comparatively to Bubbles and Blossom, the most expensive. So she must be, I guess, overall people's favorite character, which I never would have guessed. My personal favorite is Bubbles, but I mean, all the girls are amazing. So, you know, if Buttercup's your favorite, then shout out to you too. Okay, and then next up here we got was the Adventure Time, like, satchel bag here. It's like a laptop style bag. The cover of it is so freaking clean. You got Gunther on there, you got Finn and Jake, you got a whole little view of the Adventure Time world going on there, and then on the back you got many faces of Finn there on display. The front's got like a 3D kind of look to it too. It's like an embossed cover. And then inside, nothing crazy detail-wise, just blue on the inside. You know, no lounge fly with like print on the inside or anything, but it's a clean bag. And I did pay up for this a little bit too. This was $8, so hopefully it ends up being worth it overall. There is a little bit of discoloration, like on the blue here, a tiny bit. Nothing like super intense, but a little bit, unless it's supposed to be like that, but it looks like it just might be some minor discoloration. I couldn't find this exact same one, but I found other Adventure Time bags that are around 20 to 30 bucks. I say it could be worth it, but the minor damage that I see there, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a draw just to be safe, but I think it overall could be worth it. I just am having trouble finding any good examples of it sold, so I'm gonna go with, you know, worth it overall, sick bag, but probably realistically a draw on screen. Okay, so you can hear something going on here. That is a terrifying sound. This is the Book of Monsters, and he's really loud. I thought his mouth would like open and close or something, but it just kind of rolls around. Like maybe it was supposed to, but he just kind of rolls. That's kind of his thing. It kind of is just a little uneventful. I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, like his mouth was gonna be opening and it'd be like shaking. You know, you see the scene in the movie and it's way more like intense, you know? He's just kind of pivoting. Not really as intense as I was expecting, but still cool. It was only $2. I mean, I don't know how close, maybe a little less than this, but the most recent one sold for $40, so definitely a good pickup as far as its value. Only $2 for 40? I mean, even in the worst case, 25, 30? That is not bad at all. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one, to be honest. I really thought it was gonna be more. Like, I thought it was gonna be a lot more intense, but it is, just for the display aspect, if you're just a Harry Potter collector, it is still a really cool piece nonetheless. Like, it's really detailed, really intense looking, but when you turn it on, it's just really loud with not a lot of movement to match. Okay, next up here we have is Ni Hao Kai Lan. Don't have a lot of Ni Hao plushies. We do have that really creepy animatronic in the collection.
How do you feel today?
Oh my god, your head tilts. We have that one and like one other plush. So I've gotten a few little Ni Hao items over time. Most of them come from the same location except for that animatronic. I paid $3 for her. My only complaint is gonna be that it has weird batteries, and you guys know if you don't make your product with AA or AAA, you're just kind of doing people a disservice because most people don't have these weird watch batteries, hearing aid batteries, C batteries just available in their house. You know, you gotta buy them, and then for one product maybe, and then those die. You're gonna go to the store, make a whole independent trip for just that. Like, just make everything AA or AAA, man. I will preach this until it changes. Similar with Ni Hao Kai Lan plushies go for about $10 or more, in some cases $20, $30, because she does have the talking feature. I think for $4, definitely worth it, and the fact that it's something new to the collection, worth it. Next up, we have this adorable, freaking so cute. Ooh, I paid a lot for that. So cute. Pichu. Honestly, he distracted me with his cuteness. He's just laying down Pichu. Oh my gosh, I am in love with this guy. He is so sweet. But he was $10. $10 at the freaking thrift store, man. That is crazy. I don't know if he's gonna be worth it, but he is so sweet. Okay, so new he goes for about 25 bucks. So I think I overpaid quite a bit for him being $10. How could I literally got so distracted by how cute he was. I didn't even check the price. That is a rarity for me. I'm gonna have to give you a draw, Pichu, but I love you. Next up here we got the Chucky squishable style plush. I couldn't leave this behind. I mean, can you really do a video about nostalgia, 90s, 2000s and leave behind a Chucky freaking plush? How much did I end up paying for him? I paid $3.49. He definitely needs a little spa day. That means a bath and, you know, maybe a little scrubbing in a couple spots here. But he's so cute. I don't even really like the modern Chucky that much. You know, I much prefer the backwards hat Chucky. But he is pretty adorable, and I can't deny it. And you can't deny it. Even he cannot deny it any longer. He is cute. And Chuck E. Cheese merchandise can be extremely valuable, especially if it's some of the older Chuck E. Cheese merchandise like the Showbiz Pizza. There's plushies that can go for hundreds of dollars if you can find them. But even the modern stuff sometimes can be pretty pricey. Not everything when it comes to the modern stuff, but some of the more, you know, big pieces. This guy right here, I mean, that's not a crazy number, but goes for 20 to 25 bucks. That is a huge difference from the $3.49 that I paid. And that's in pre-owned condition. If you can find them with a tag, they go in some cases for 40 bucks. So an amazing pickup there. And we got the little orphan pizza rat himself. That's actually his lore. I'm not saying that to be mean. That's really his life. So next up here we have the giant Simpsons fish. This is like the Moby Dick of the Lake Springfield fish. Last time I picked up one of these fish, a lot of you guys, I was trying to remember what episode actually this mutated fish was from, and you guys helped me remember. It was from the Simpsons movie. After Homer dumps all the toxic waste into the ocean, this fish kind of flops up on the land. You get to see that it has the mutated 3 eyes there. And this is the jumbo size one that they sell at Universal Studios. This is the biggest size you can get. For all of the plushies, whether you're getting Santa's Helper, a Bart plush, a Homer plush, they have like a small version, a medium, and then the large version. As it does incrementally gets bigger, the price also gets bigger as well. So definitely somebody, you know, paid like probably 40, 50 bucks for this guy at the theme park, maybe even more. And then ended up getting rid of it. He definitely makes for like a great pillow too. He's really cute. I don't even know how much I paid for him. I lost his tag. But if I paid $3.99, that's even more insane. But an amazing piece there as well too. So possibly, if I paid $4, literally times 10 in value. And plus he's so freaking squishy and he's so cute. All 3 of his eyes are adorable. All right, and that was our last item there, guys. That was an amazing haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna add some of this stuff to the collection for sure. But before that, you know the drill. Scan it. Okay, so let's start adding some stuff to the collection here. First off, let's do this Patrick. Typically, we have so many plushies that I do keep a lot of them in the vault, but since this one's so obscure, being from Australia and the Green Label era, I do kind of want to hang him up somewhere, at least to enjoy him for a little while here on display. So let's go ahead and do that. We have all these little dangling plushies right here that are from the Green Label era, or maybe even a little earlier. I'm gonna hang him right here with them.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, there we go. And Ni Hao is a little bit dusty, and Chucky's got some cheese right here on his on his head, so we're gonna need to give them a little bit of a bath before we put them anywhere on display. This guy I'm gonna be adding to my file just as a little memento, I guess, from the 2020 era. There's not a lot to memento from that era, but SpongeBob's excitement helped a lot of us get through 2020, so I think it's a good representation to have filed up. And we have some new DVDs. These two are technically games. I'm gonna be adding this one here into our display here with all of our other games. But this one, like I said, I really can't stand the way they do these V-Smile boxes or V-Tech or V-Reader boxes. So I'm gonna take the cartridge out. We're gonna be adding this to our loose cartridges just so we know we have it. But this will be going in the vault, the box itself, because like I said, it's very inconvenient to stack with anything else. And all these will be getting cleaned up and getting their labels off in addition to that. So we'll do that right now, but then these DVDs right here, of course, some of them I already have in the collection. I'll spot check them and see which ones are overall better than the ones that I have. But if not, then they'll be going over on our Whatnot stream after I test them all out. This guy right here will be going inside with our new Disney collection as I'm working on the new shelf in there. This is gonna be added with all the Disney classics, including the 101 Dalmatians, Frozen, and also Fox and the Hound. I just gotta remove the labels on them. But I'm only gonna be putting the classic movies on display with our main Disney collection, and some of the stuff like this, like That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana, that's going to be going inside the Cartoon Network with the new media shelf that I just built, because it's some of the stuff that I see myself grabbing the most just to get into that nostalgic feel. So we'll go in there and add this in, but let's go ahead and put this cartridge away first. So I have a bunch of these little mini capsule figures. I do have them inside of the Bikini Bottom backpack that we got from Don and T-Dog, and I want to put those in there, but I think I'm going to order some capsules to start putting some of these back of their capsules because they're just gonna get all scraped up otherwise. So I'm putting it in a tin for now. And for our V-Reader cartridge, I have all of my V-Reader, V-Smile, V-Cycle, every one of these like kid cartridge games put into this container. So I'm adding it in there. And I just opened this one because I thought it was that one, and now it's there. So next thing. You'll see I have a lot of the live action movies, and I know that I have Spiderwick Chronicles. Maybe it's in the vault, but I don't have it here with all the other live action movies. I'm gonna go ahead and add it in here, the Spiderwick Chronicles. And this should be going up the stack of the PC games, but since I don't have the PC, it doesn't fit in that section. I'm gonna put it over here with the same stackable games for GameCube, Wii, PlayStation 2, and we do not have that one, so an amazing find. Alright, and the crazy looking Kimmy, I added it right here next to Boots. I don't know why, I just think she's funny to look at, so I'm gonna put her up there for right now. Okay, so we are in the Cartoon Network room. You guys can see it's starting to get a little cleaned up in here. Yeah, Hunter did all the cleaning. He just looks like a black shadow. I'm gonna put Alakazam right here with Pikachu to protect our little light switch for the time being. And like I said, so this is the new DVD like media rack. I mean, we have a lot of space too, because some of this stuff, you know, it's just like, I really want to focus on collecting Cartoon Network DVDs or stuff like this where, you know, just collecting as much cartoon media as I can, just different ones that I would want to watch at any point in time, and kind of creating my own at-home cartoon related nostalgia video store. So I have my little tiny Pokemon collection growing here. I got my Christmas movies, and here is all some of the nostalgic stuff from my childhood in terms of Disney. We have the Kim Possible movie, the Proud Family Complete series, have Sky High. We got our Wizards of Waverly Place that we got in the mail. And I have one Hannah Montana disc in here too. I'm not planning on growing like every single thing. I don't see myself sitting there watching the entire Hannah Montana series, but something like this is perfect just to kind of get that vibe. And it's got all the characters in one disc. Really cool piece just to add to the collection. So I'm gonna add this one in right here as well. Okay, and sorry it's a little dark in here, guys. I'm gonna be getting a bigger light in here, but because we moved all the media, and soon the Scooby-Doo stuff is gonna be moving around too, so we're gonna have a lot of shelf space here opening up. And I'm still not the biggest fan of this shelf, but we don't have that much Cartoon Network stuff yet to where I have to change the shelves completely, so still dealing with these shelves. But I put our little Pinky in the Brain that we got out of one of our plush roulettes in here. And for right now, since everything's kind of a little bit weird, I'm gonna go ahead and put this light right in here with, and it's so cool. You can see the light actually working here a little bit now. But when you put it down, boom, it turns into a little lantern, as you guys saw. A really, really cool piece. I'm sure I'll incorporate it as we get more items in here a little bit better. The only bin 10 item I have in here as of right now are the little blisters we have hanging up there. And then we have this booster box here. So you know, don't have a huge bin 10 collection, but as we acquire more pieces, it'll definitely develop its own space. So that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new here. Check out this video on your screen right here. I know you're gonna love it. And again, if you guys wanna go check out our Patreon, you can sign up for $2 a month, and you can go check out our Whatnot streams where I'm live every single Friday. Don't miss it. But I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios and blue.